Alrighty, boys. You clicked on this video. You probably want to know what the rotations while using S closer would look like. Don't worry. This guide will be pretty free to play. I won't really be using any pay-to-play units like Twins or Cord here. But without further ado, let's go ahead and show y'all some Rev Cards. Ikuzo. Well, boys, as free to play as it can possibly get. But yeah, so let's go ahead and show you the Rev Cards. So with Closer, you're going to want to run the Blessed DPS set. It's going to be Resolve and Virtue. As for Minami, you're going to want Trust and Prosperity. It's the highlight boost set. And with Leon, you're going to want Trust and Power. I'm running Trust and Prosperity here, but ignore that. Just run Trust and Power. As for Phoebe, you're going to want to run the Integrity and Labor Navigator set. And lastly, let's talk about Wonder Dagger and his personas. So for his dagger, you're going to run the Blessed Dagger, that being the Glimmer Dagger. As for personas, you're going to be mainly using Dominion for Cohesion, and if you can, inherit Rebellion on him. Tarukaja is fine too, but Rebellion is best case. And Cert. And obviously you know what we're doing with Cert. Marakunda. I mean, what else, right? Well, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the run. Ikuzo. So, obviously this fight is really short, and the rotations are very easy. So, with Marion, you're going to go ahead and skill 2 here. Make sure you target Closer. And obviously Marion, once you heal someone up, she gets a buff to that person or the party. Leon, you're going to go ahead and skill 2 onto Closer. And then next with Wonder, you're going to go in Rebellion onto Closer. So she gets some crit rate. And Closer, you're going to go ahead and skill 3 here onto the mobs. This should do some pretty decent damage. And next turn, y'all are probably thinking I'm going to use skill 1 on Closer. But no, we're going to try to stall out so we can squeeze in a little bit of damage as we possibly can. Now, the snakes aren't really going to deal a lot of damage to you, obviously, because 1, we have Marion, and 2, this is a weak face fight, so you should be okay. So here with Phoebe, you're going to go ahead and skill 2. Make sure you target onto Closer so that we can set up for her skill 3 in weak phase. Now, Marion has full stacks. Go ahead and skill 3, target Closer. Next, with Leon, you're going to go ahead and skill 3 onto Closer. We're not going to highlight here. We're going to save it once we get into weak phase. Just trust the process. Here, you go ahead and Cohesion. Make sure you target as Closer so she gets the buff from Dominion. And here, this is where we're going to stall using skill 2. Just target a mob. And holy crap, that almost killed. I got lucky. Anyways, like I said, you won't take a lot of damage. But this turn is where you will kill. And this is the turn that you will get into weak phase once as Closer kills. Anyways, Phoebe's back. You're going to go ahead and skill 2 again. Make sure you target onto Closer. And by the time we hit weak phase, we should have 2 cocktails. Marion here, you're going to go ahead and skill 2 here. So she gets back her stacks. Make sure you target as Closer so she gets the buff, the damage buff from Marion. Leon, you're going to go ahead and skill 2 here. Make sure you target Closer. Wonder, you're going to go ahead and switch to Cert. Finally, and you're going to go ahead and do the AoE Marakunda. And finally, this is where we're going to go ahead and use Closer's S1. So that once we get into weak phase, we get 2 turns of her using skill 3. Okay, and now Phoebe's back on rotation again. We're going to go ahead and proc Phoebe. And here you're going to go ahead and skill 3. And make sure you target as Closer so that she gets the Bless Amp from skill 3. Okay, and now that we have our highlights, let's go ahead and use it. I'm going to go ahead and use Leon highlight here so that Closer gets a crit damage buff. Very nice. And now at Marion, go ahead and skill 3 since you have full stacks. Make sure you target Closer. Next, with Leon, you're going to go ahead and restart this 2-3 rotation. So go ahead and skill 2 onto Closer. And Wonder here, we're going to change back to Dominion. And we're going to go ahead and Rebellion here. Make sure to target Closer. Now, Closer, you're going to go ahead and do skill 3. Big PP damage incoming. Very nice. And now the worms are just going to do absolutely nothing. Alright, it's free real estate. Now, go ahead and skill 2. On to closer here. This is going to be our last turn. Now, here with Leon, you skill 3 on the closer, so she gets the attack buff. And lastly, on Wonder, you're going to go ahead and Cohesion, and as always, make sure you target S closer. And now, for her big damage rotation. Go ahead and highlight here. Oh my god, the acid shot. Holy! And lastly, you know the drill. Go ahead and skill 3 onto the enemies. And GG's. Alrighty boys, if you enjoyed today's video, maybe leave a sub, maybe like, comment down below. If you have any questions, I'll make sure to respond as quickly as I can. And I have 2 videos planned for y'all. Mainly being a free-to-play poll plan, or an Astrolab clear at the end of the month. Hell, I might even put in some SOS guides. But other than that, thank you so much for watching this video. Until next time, deuces.